In Mathcad Prime 11, you can now use binary, octal, and hexadecimal numbers in your calculations and evaluation of your results. Binary numbers are signified by a B at the end of the number. Octal numbers have the letter O after the number, and hexadecimal numbers have the letter H after the number. But one thing to be aware of is that you have to turn on binary, octal, and hexadecimal mode before you use these, otherwise you will get an error. For example, here I am on my worksheet. Let's say I want to enter in a binary number. I can type in 010101, combination of zeros and ones, and then the letter B and try to evaluate. And I'm going to get an error in this situation because I am currently not in the binary, octal, hexadecimal mode. Let me go to the calculation tab. Then we have our calculation options. And here is the new option down at the bottom for binary, octal, hexadecimal mode. In this situation, I can try deleting the little implied multiplication and then click out here. And so it turns out that this number in binary is 21. And so for octal numbers, here you can see an example. 4 sevens followed by the O is equal to 4,095 in decimal results. Let's try another one. Let's type in the octal number 31, 31O, and then I will hit the equal sign, and that's equal to decimal 25. October 31st is Dec 25. Hey, Halloween is Christmas. Okay, little old joke there. For hexadecimal numbers, it's a little more complicated because hexadecimal can be 0 through the letter F. With binary, you have zeros or ones. With octals, you have 0 through 7. But here we're combining letters, so it makes it a little more difficult. So let's take an example of a hexadecimal number for the color blue. Let's type in blue, and then I will do the colon keyboard shortcut for the definition operator. And in this situation, I'm starting out with a bunch of zeros. Let me type in 0, 0, 0, 0, and then FF. And I want this to be hexadecimal, so I'll type in H. And once again, I got some implied multiplication here. Let me just position my cursor and then backspace over it. And so here it's okay because my number is starting out with zeros. Let me evaluate the variable blue, and that's going to be equal to 255. But let's say I was trying a different color like magenta. Magenta is going to start off with a letter, in this case, the letter F. Well, that's going to give me a bit of an issue. If I try to type in magenta and then the colon operator, and then try to type in FF00FFH, and then move my cursor over, I'm going to get an error because it thinks that I'm typing in the name of a variable. So if you want to do this, you want to put in a 0 at the beginning to indicate that it is going to be a hexadecimal number that starts off with a letter instead of a number. And so by adding that 0 in at the beginning, I am okay, and then I can evaluate magenta is equal to, and here is the number. Now, besides entering into this binary octal hexadecimal number, you have the ability to evaluate results in standard decimal or your binary or octal or hexadecimal numbers. And so let me go to the Math Formatting tab. Here is a new drop-down list. Again, the default is decimal. You'll note that right now I have a math region selected. So if I go to binary, it's going to convert that number to binary. If I go to octal, there it converts it to octal. And I can go to hexadecimal, and we get the same value that we had on the definition side. Let me go to, oops, wrong one. Let me go back to decimal over here and click outside. So that's how you can change the formatting for an individual math region. You'll notice right now I have my cursor clicked on an empty region in the workspace. You can also change what you should evaluate different fields in. So for example, if I go to binary over here, you'll notice that a bunch of the numbers changed. Some of them didn't because they had an explicit math formatting for the results already defined. Let me go to octal, and again, a bunch of them changed, and go to hexadecimal, and all the ones that didn't have a definition automatically changed. Let me go to decimal like we were before, and the numbers will change back. So that's how you can use the new binary, octal, and hexadecimal mode, as well as formatting the results in decimal, binary, octal, or hexadecimal format.